South Carolina Gamecock season preview and schedule prediction with my boy Jeff the Stat Guy. All of this and more after the intro.
What a hit! Ball's free! On the ground! South Carolina deserves this for the home run! Hopkins has got it! Touchdown Clemson! Guess which dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it!
Welcome back into the Fan Addict, man, where it's a sports channel by a sports fan for sports fans. We talk about all sports, mainly focusing on Clemson, Georgia, and South Carolina because I'm a Georgia alumni, but I get hounded by all of my Clemson, especially my Clemson fans for all the championships they've won recently, and my delusional South Carolina fans. Speaking of delusional, let's bring in Jeff, my good buddy, the Stat Guy. What's going on, Jeff?
We making it.
Hey, man.
Another day closer to football, baby.
Hey, what you talking about, man? Like, hey, counting down the Saturdays, man. You know how it is. I done got my COVID shot. You know what I'm saying? We safe around these parts. We can have you back up in the theater this year. You know what I'm saying? We get back to our annual Georgia-South Carolina tailgate party. You know how we do.
Get the gang back together.
That's right, man. Today we're going to come in here and talk about the season preview and then get some predictions from you. I'm going to tell you my predictions for South Carolina this year, and then you tell me if you agree, disagree, and then we'll see how we compare at the end of this thing, all right?
I got you.
All right, man. So you got Marshawn Lloyd coming back off an injury. You got Kevin Harris, the returning SEC leader. Wasn't he like SEC? He was a SEC. No,
he led
not
the SEC in rushing.
He led the SEC in rushing? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Led the SEC in rushing. You got Luke Doty coming back. He got a couple of starts there at the end. Got a new coach in Shane Beamer. He energetic. So what you thinking for the season, man? What's the expectations? Tell me this. What's spring expectations? But when toe meet leather, what's the real expectations?
Man, spring expectation. Let's get to the fall. Let's try to start the year without a bunch of suspensions, a bunch of nonsense. Kind of clean up the culture a little bit. Man.
Suspensions run rampant in the SEC.
So let's try to play with the thing between your ears a little bit. Get through the summer. Hopefully no major injuries. But hey, come September 4th, man, 500 or bust.
500 or bust. So if no 500 season, you calling for Shane Beamer job?
No, but he can have 3 years. I'm giving Beamer 3 years. But I'm the delusional South Carolina fan, so if we don't go 500, I'm be hot.
You don't go 500, you gonna be outside Shane Beamer office like, yo, we need to talk.
Hey, man, I got friends, and my friends talk trash. I need us to step it up a little bit.
So, returning in the SEC East, man, of course, Florida won the SEC East last year. Georgia coming in second. Actually, if you just look at the East, 10 years from now in the record books, it's going to say we had the same record. They're not even, most fans ain't even going to realize that Florida beat us head up. But you know what I'm saying? So, you got Mizzou. You got Kentucky, Vandy's, y'all, and who am I miss? Tennessee. How can I miss Tennessee? Okay, so what you thinking? What you thinking for this season? You thinking let's try to shoot for third, fourth, second? What you thinking?
Depending on how the cookies crumble, I think third or second. I think third is a real possibility for us in the East, and then. You never know what other people are going to do with their schedule. Obviously, somebody trips up to somebody. Second may be waiting on us. But third, I think, is kind of where we are. Fourth to fifth is kind of And then, obviously, Vanderbilt will be hanging out in sixth place. So
you said you said that you need to go 500. Best case scenario. Before we even look at the schedule, overall best case scenario, low ball, pause. low ceiling, low floor. I'm sorry, low ceiling. I sound crazy. Low floor is 500, 6-6. What's a I can't believe Shane Beamer just did that season.
9-3.
9-3. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, delusional, but not. It ain't off the. It ain't through the roof. You know what I'm saying? It ain't through the roof. You ain't calling for 11-1 season in his first year. So, with that said, man, let's talk about this schedule, man. Hold on, let me get this thing pulled up for everybody to see. All right, we got the South Carolina Gamecocks 2021 schedule up now. Of course, start off with a cupcake. At least in theory, it looks like a cupcake. We got Eastern Illinois on September the 4th at William Bryce. What we doing here, Jeff?
Oh, that's a dub. That's a dub. We're gonna get the ball rolling. I think we'll cover spread. So I think they're gonna let the offense air it out a little bit. Maybe see the starters play a little bit longer than you normally would in a cupcake scenario like that. I think we're gonna try to put it up on them a little bit, build some confidence, get the train rolling.
All right, and no Power 5 direction, non-Power 5 directional school. You know what I got. I got a dub for y'all, man. All right, what you got? Now tell me this before we talk about this prediction. How'd y'all end up with a home and home with East Carolina?
Listen, how we ended up in this scenario, I don't know. I love Ray Tanner as a baseball coach, but man, he's done some questionable things as an athletic director. This being one of them. And this is my game of the year. This is our Super Bowl right here.
East Carolina.
Second game of the year, East Carolina. We lose this game, we might go 4-8. We lose this game, and the wheels might come off the bus. So, and that's you're going on the road.
Not that you think East Carolina's going to be great. It's just that this is a pivotal game because you got to go to East Carolina. And easily y'all could be overlooking this because what we saw in the schedule is right after East Carolina, y'all come tangle with them dogs in between the hedges.
Right. So we go in between the hedges the following week. This is it. Make it or break it. You win this game, you set up your 2-0 heading between the hedges. You lose this game, oh boy, what's going to happen?
Okay, so what kind of win do you need to see, though? Do you need to see like a blowout? Or if you skate by like y'all beat them like 38-31, what are you thinking going in between the hedges the next week?
A win's a win.
Okay.
A win's a win. We just need to win the game. A loss could mean horrible things. We just got to win the game. As far as prediction for it, I do have us winning the game, and I have us winning the game by double digits. I do think we'll take care of business. I think we beat them by at least 10. So we'll see, but we have to win that game.
Okay. All right, I'm with it. Well, it's East Carolina, man. Like I say, I'm still baffled at how Ray Tanner said, yeah, dog, we'll come home and home with East Carolina. Y'all can see what, about 17 to 20,000? Nah, I'm joking, but East Carolina probably seats more than 20,000, but still, that's not you don't normally see the home and home with the East Carolina with a program of South Carolina's nature, but I got y'all with the dub, man. 2-0, they do a lot for your your confidence there, Jeff. 2-0, man. I'm going to tell you, 2-0, if y'all beat East Illinois like y'all should beat East Illinois, by 3 touchdowns. Then y'all go to East Carolina and y'all beat them by double digits. I think y'all going to be feeling yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all going to be, Shane Beamer got this thing turned around. We feeling good, having fun. Now we got to go to the Dogs. Everybody talking about the Dogs going to beat us because I'm already telling you this right now. Win or lose to Clemson don't matter. The next week we got UAB. Going into the South Carolina game, I cannot see how we won't be favored by at least 14 points. So the South Carolina fans and players probably going to be feeling a little disrespect. What you got for the Dogs versus the Gamecocks in between the hedges?
Listen, all I know is I'm be in the studio talking that noise to you in person. So you better hope that it don't go my way. But nah, man, deep down, I got to be a realist, and it's going to be a close game. We always play each other close no matter what's going on. But it's between the hedges. We'll probably both be 2-0 because I do have y'all beating Clemson. So I think we're both 2-0. I think we see a nighttime game on ESPN, and I got y'all winning that game.
All right. Like I said, I'm not ready to call the Clemson game yet. I need to see who's going to be injured, who's going to be playing, things of that nature, just to get a feel for what Kirby talking about coming out of fall practice. But like you said, I do expect us to be a little bit more eased in by that game, especially the cornerbacks are going to get tested the first week, against Clemson. And then we got UAB more practice. And then we're coming, I think a couple of years, Kirby kind of took it easy because it was Will Muschamp. They boys. They went to school together, I don't see it going good for y'all in Athens, man. Like, I'm talking about something like a 41-17 type deal. That's what I'm thinking.
Man, if you're trying to give me 24 points, you let me know how much money you want to lay down, because I'm with it.
But
Plus, don't forget, y'all have Will Muschamp on staff, and I'm sure there's a lot of players that would do nothing more than to lay the wood to that.
We do have him on staff, man. But the thing is, Will Muschamp is not a good head coach, but Will Muschamp was an awesome defensive coordinator. He's just an analyst right now, but I'm gonna tell you what, he's already helping us in recruiting. So, hey, y'all should have. Who knows why y'all gave him the head coaching job after he failed in Gainesville, but. Nonetheless, he's in Athens. He's back with his homeboy. He got his son out there earning the, he need to earn the scholarship. He's a preferred walk-on. He's going to get a degree. He's going to be a program guy. We all are rooting for Jackson Muschamp. So with that said, okay, we're moving on to Kentucky. So y'all took a loss to Kentucky this year. I'm saying that y'all going to take another L to Kentucky.
So this right here is where that East Carolina game starts to play dividends. Are we 2-1 or are we 1-2? If we're 2-1 going into Kentucky, while we don't play Kentucky well, they're normally our boogaboo and we struggle with them.
Yes.
If we're 2-1, we beat Kentucky to move to 3-1. If we lose to East Carolina, we also lose to Kentucky and fall to 1-3. So after
okay.
So that's where. So that's kind of where the cookies crumble and how it's going to kind of snowball downhill. But obviously, I have us beating East Carolina. We're gonna take care of Kentucky at good old Willie B, and we're gonna move to 3-1 on the year and get ready for Troy.
All right. Well, I got y'all losing to Kentucky because, like we discussed in a prior video, Kentucky, Mark Stoops brings back some seniors, and normally when he brings back juniors and seniors, if nothing else, he can stop the run when he does that. And I feel like y'all are going to be a heavy run team, especially with Kevin Harris. I don't expect Marshawn Lloyd to be what all Carolina fans expect him to be. I expect him to be solid, but he's coming off of ACL, and in my recent memory, I can't remember somebody coming off of ACL and being exactly like they was the first time. Like even Nick Chubb, his junior year, he came off of ACL and he rushed for 1,000 yards, but anybody that watched the game could tell it wasn't the right Nick Chubb. Like Nick Chubb really wasn't Nick Chubb until like second or third game his senior year. So same with Amari Rodgers. He was good, but he wasn't Amari Rodgers. So I think y'all still got a pretty decent running back room. So I think y'all gonna run the ball a lot, throw the ball to what's his name, Muse, and at tight end, and then I guess y'all will still be figuring out who is actually gonna be the star receiver, I should say. It should be Trey Smith because he's been there a long time. He's been in this system. But Josh Vann, I saw an article where Josh Vann said wide receiver 1 is up for grabs, so he's going out there trying to be WR1. So I got losing to Kentucky. Now we're moving on to Troy. Troy should be an easy win. Should be. I really didn't. Did Troy even play last season? Because I know some of those conferences, they're in the Sun Belt, right?
Yeah, the Sun Belt, they played last year.
So y'all, I don't know if y'all. I don't think y'all will struggle with them. Y'all will be back at home for Troy. Even if you were to lose the Kentucky game, coming off a loss to Georgia, coming off a loss to Kentucky, I think y'all win or loss at Kentucky. I think y'all are gonna hammer Troy. So.
Yeah, no, it's a win. Got a win right there.
Yeah, so we the same with that. I actually got y'all beating Tennessee. So it's what's his name's first year? What is that guy from Central Florida's name? Josh Heupel. It's Josh Heupel's first year. I know it's Shane Beamer's first year too. Um, I don't know, but Tennessee's kind of more of a, to me anyway, it seems like more of a dumpster fire than South Carolina because they had a mass exodus in the transfer portal in January, and somehow y'all normally figure out a way to beat Tennessee. I don't think they'll be able to stop the run because they couldn't stop nothing in there. I'm telling you, listen, man. I don't know what's going on with their defense, but their defense look worse than y'all's in the spring game. And I say, I know you shouldn't get high, you know what I'm saying, on the spring game or whatnot, but it just didn't look like they had the guys that could even do that. And then they lost their best line. They lost like their best 2 or 3 linebackers, a couple of defensive linemen. So I think y'all will beat Tennessee. What you think?
I got us beating Tennessee.
I think y'all get a little revenge, and then y'all will take care of the Volunteer State the next week by beating up on Vandy, getting some more practice in. And now we looking at. I don't even need to know what you think on that. You better think y'all gonna beat Vandy, because if you don't think y'all gonna beat Vandy, then it's gonna be a problem.
No, we're gonna cakewalk Vandy.
All right. So then you got Texas A&M. That's y'all permanent West rival, which y'all just short straw on that one, man. But they will be breaking in a new quarterback, though. They'll be breaking in a new quarterback, even though Zach, I think his name is Zach Calzada. He actually looked pretty decent in the spring game. Isaiah Spiller's back. So if y'all don't get that D-line together, that won't be good for you. What you thinking on that Texas A&M?
Man, on the road, tough place to play. The 12th man. I do have us falling to Texas A&M, dropping us down to 6-2.
Okay. So you got right now, you have y'all at 6-2. I got y'all at 5-3. Not bad though. 8 games, 6-2, 5-3. You be happy with either one of those?
I'll be happy with either one of those.
All right. So hey, I think that'll do wonders for confidence, because before you can change the culture of a program, somebody got to see some kind of results. You know what I'm saying? So if you're 5-3, 6-2. I'm pretty sure you'll be in the top 25, probably right at 25, or at least getting some votes. So then you get an off week, and then you prepare during your off week for Florida, who will be just now coming off of a game with Georgia. So what you got? What you got for the Florida Gators?
Florida's coming to Willie B. I went back and forth on this one, but I do have us losing to Florida. This is the game, though, that I think could get us to that 9-3 and could get us to that awesome season. But I do have us probably losing to Florida.
So how you think the game gonna go though? Like, you think it's gonna be a blowout? So this year when they had that amazing offense, you know what I'm saying? They did have a good offense with Kyle Trask and Kyle Pitts. But I watched the game, and it was earlier in the season, but I watched the game between y'all, and they beat y'all by double digits or whatever. But there was times in the game where it looked like y'all actually could have made a run. So what are you thinking with Florida? You just thinking they're gonna outscore y'all or what?
Yeah, this is a game where can our defense get the stop? Can the defense get the stop when they need to? Honestly, I don't see us having any issue running the ball on them. I mean, we ran the ball very well on them last year, so yeah. I think we're gonna send out offense. We're gonna do what we do. Can we get the stop we need on defense? The one great thing though, it's in Willie B. If we're 6-2, depending on what they are, man, that could be a nighttime game, and that place gets hopping at night, especially if it's at 100% capacity.
Okay. Well, I was thinking y'all, with Tennessee and Florida, I don't know. In my mind, I always give South Carolina the split between them. So, like, if y'all was to beat Florida, I think y'all lose Tennessee. But since I gave y'all the dub to Tennessee, I'm giving y'all the Florida because they do have a lot of talent coming back. Now, we don't know what Emory Jones is going to be. If he's even going to be the starter at that point, I think he'll be the starter starting out the year. But by the time he gets to South Carolina, I don't know if he'll be the starter. I mean, if he's doing what they say he can do, he will be. And if Dan Mullen has a decent running quarterback that can actually throw the ball more than 10 yards, then I think he can come in there. And like I say, I don't know about y'all defense, man, because I think what's his name? Dan Mullen's going to try to outscore a lot of people. He's going to try to keep that thing going just like he had last year. So if it gets into a scoring battle and y'all running the ball, I just don't think y'all will be able to outscore them. So on to Mizzou. Now, I don't know how everybody else feels about Mizzou, but I feel like Mizzou is going to challenge for second in the East because Mizzou had a pretty decent team last year. They had a good defense. They had a freshman quarterback that played pretty good. And people don't even know, but if you go back and look like the last 5 years, I think the last 5 years, they are 3-2 against Florida. So, and they beat y'all last year. They're bringing back just about everybody they had. Now, did y'all play that game in Missouri last year or in William Bryce?
No, I was at Willie B last year.
That don't bode well. You know what I'm saying? It's all the way out in the other Columbia. I guess you would say not the real Columbia, but y'all got to go out there. What you thinking for Missouri?
Hey, man, we're going to give them a taste of grown man football. They're going to get 3 yards in a cloud of dust for about 40 minutes. I got us beating the Tigers.
All right, so you think y'all just gonna y'all gonna beat it? It's gonna be a tough game. You think y'all gonna pull off at the end?
Yeah, just hard nosed. One of them just grinded out SEC victories. We've had some weird games with Missouri. Funny, crazy things always happen, especially there. So
y'all had the one game where it was like a monsoon.
Yep.
It lasted like 5 hours because they had to keep stopping the game.
Had the monsoon. Had the Connor Shaw game where he didn't play. Finally came back from injury in the fourth quarter. Sent the game into overtime, and then their place kicker doinked the field goal for us to win. I mean, just weird stuff happens out there. So, but I think we pull it out. I think we just get a hard-fought win that day.
All right, so far I have y'all at 5-5 with 2 games left. 5-5. So right now you have you guys at
7-3.
7-3. 7-3 with 2 games left. So according to your prediction, worst case scenario, y'all are 7-5 at this point. Before we talk about the last 2 games, y'all are 7-5. I got y'all at 5-5. So best case scenario in with my situation is y'all go 7-5. So what about Auburn, man? What y'all gonna do with the Auburn Tigers? Y'all did beat the Auburn Tigers this year.
Listen, we might hang a hundo on them. They got it coming. They got it. We are gonna beat the brakes off Auburn.
They got it coming because they stole half y'all coaching staff.
Hey, a coaching staff that obviously wasn't coaching them up.
Bruh, listen, Mike Bobo's a dog, you know. He, saying he's at Georgia. He's a Georgia alumni. But Mike Bobo accepted the offer to stay with Beamer. And then it's like, you know what, dog? I'm going to head on down to Auburn.
So, but really Bobo leaving didn't really bother me that much. It was we brought in the O-line coach that he wanted.
The Will
from
Friend.
Tennessee.
Will Friend. Yeah.
And then he took him with him, and it's like, see, now we got to shoot the ones. That's just how that's gonna go down. So yeah, man, we got something for, and then also Rocker win as well. So I mean,
well,
we got.
Yeah, because Tennessee staff, a lot of Tennessee assistants and Auburn assistants look like Bulldog rejects. So yeah, that one's, we beat Auburn this past year, and now this was gonna cost them a little bit. We're gonna tattoo it on them a little bit this year for it. All right, well, I got y'all beating Auburn, man. Y'all, like I said, y'all beat Auburn last year. I'm not a believer in Bo Nix, and partly because I'm not saying that Bo Nix is a bad player. I'm just saying that this is the 3rd year he'll have his 3rd offensive coordinator. So it's hard to get into a rhythm when you don't really know what your OC expects. Mike Bobo's definitely not the type of OC to take a whole bunch of chances. So it's probably gonna look a little bit like the style of offense that we had when Mark Richt was there, where, run, play action. And I don't think Bo Nix is going to thrive in that system. Plus, I don't think they're going to be able to stop y'all on the run. So,
well, and Bobo has already shown with us that he's going to coach the way he wants to, not necessarily coach the talent he has. So, I mean, you look at, I mean, that's why we got stuck with Colin Hill as the starting quarterback as long as we did last year.
Still,
So,
hey, still a riddle to me. I don't know how Colin Hill came in and started over Ryan Halinsky after Ryan Halinsky actually had a pretty decent freshman season, but they kept saying he knew the plays and he knows the offense and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, sounds like an excuse to me.
yeah, but he's got a noodle arm, so I don't know what you want to do about that part.
Yeah, so righty. So I got y'all at 6-5 going into Clemson game. You have you at 8
and 3.
8-3. So at this point, win or lose against Clemson, Shane Beamer has been an outstanding success in your mind.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So for the people out there in YouTube land, man, Jeff, let's try to stay somewhere close to realistic when we talk about the Tigers, okay? The next week, y'all got the Clemson Tigers. What's going on, Jeff? Tell me all your thoughts about this.
Hey, bro, them boys from Cowtown, they gotta get on that bus. They're gonna come about an hour and a half south. Man, listen, I'll just tell you this: we're gonna finish the year 8-4. I'm not gonna say the words, but we're gonna finish the year 8-4. You ain't getting me on YouTube saying it. I refuse.
But Gabe, hey, you'll call me the Thursday before the game and tell me y'all gonna beat them 40-29.
No, hey, Cox by 90, baby. Cox by 90.
Man, y'all gonna listen here, man. By this time, you know how Dabo does it. He does a lot of experimenting early in the season, so it always look like Clemson offense is, trying to figure things out. But by the last game, man, if everybody's healthy, he gonna have that thing rolling. I know they gotta come into Willie B. I know y'all gonna be jacked up for the game. That's gonna mean pretty decent first quarter. I see Clemson beating y'all by 17 plus, man. So that's L. So I got y'all going 6-6, and you got y'all at 8-4. So either way, Shane Beamer's first year 6-6. That's a bowl game. Since we in the SEC, and if he's 6-6, y'all only won 2 games this past year. So 6-6 will probably get y'all in the Music City, maybe. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the Alamo Bowl, something like that. But a bowl game, Shane Beamer's first year, that's not too bad, right?
Hey, it's some swag bag.
If he goes 8-4, Jeff, he should be SEC Coach of the Year. I'm just saying. 8-4. So, final. Go ahead.
That's what I think, man. I think 8-4 is on the table for us. But I said, as far as for the final thoughts, man, September 11th, make it or break it. And I hate putting eggs in a basket that early. I mean, used to back then in the glory days, we'd do it when we were playing Georgia week 2, week 3. You're playing for the SEC title right then. Man, we're playing for our lives second week of the year, and it's at East Carolina. Shh. Thank you, Ray Tanner.
Speaking of Ray Tanner just he's so confusing, man. Like he say, first you get a word that y'all gonna let Frank Martin go. Then we got him for 2 more years. What's going on with Ray Tanner down there? He could coach baseball, but apparently he don't know how to run a college athletic program.
I really think that his leash is shortening by the day. I'm not saying this year, but it would shock me if Ray Tanner gets to the end of his contract.
Hey man, all else fails, if y'all go worse than 6-6, you still got women's basketball. And with that said, we're gonna end the show tonight with my boy Jeff. And thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Tune in again when we'll have Jeff back so we can talk all 21st century South Carolina Gamecock team, the best players that have played in Columbia since 2000. Don't want to miss that. And we'll see if what he says agrees with what I says. Thanks again. We're out.